so Elliott Smith, No Name Number One. Pretty easy song to learn, but kind of hard to perfect, so watch out. A couple things to keep in mind is that this is one of the few songs that he plays in standard tuning. I'm also in standard tuning, so like songs like Pitsla and Needle in the Hay, which I did videos for, you could play those songs together without, tuning a whole step down or half step down. So that's nice. And also, just like always, I'll put in the description where I learned how to play the song. So if you don't understand what I'm saying, you can always look at that as reference, and hopefully you'll clear things up. So yeah. Anyways, as you saw in my little preview video, I showed the intro, verse, and then the chorus of the song because this is a pretty simple song. But for the intro and verse, I showed the fingerings and chordings, and also I showed you the plucking and strumming kind of pattern, just because it's a little bit complicated at times. So yeah. But anyways, the chords itself are pretty simple. So for the intro and verse, it's C major, A minor, F major, little f, not the big F bar, and then D minor. And what he does for each of those chords, pretty much the whole song except for the chorus, he plucks the root and then the B string. So the root would be whatever the last note of the chord would be. So C major would be the A string, A minor would be the A string, and so on. So he plucks the root and then the B string, like that. And then he hammers on to the third fret of the B string with whatever finger, pinky. So after he hammers on, he strums a little bit and then let it go. So yeah. So he does this for C major, A minor, F major, and then D minor. Something that he kind of does interesting in the intro is for the A major, he hammers on, but then he hammers on and slides his fingers somehow to the fourth fret of the B string. So I can't really do it that well, so I don't bother. But if you can do it, sure, why not? It's pretty cool. So that's also what I like to do for the D minor is if you hear the song, you can kind of hear when he plays the D minor. It kind of sounds like in the background it's like that. So that tune, I guess, is third fret of the B string, first fret of the B string, and then second fret of the G string. And whenever I play it, I kind of like half-heartedly strum that tune just so I can kind of get the feel of it. So, oops. Something so I can get the tune down. So that's pretty much the intro and verse. He repeats that a couple times and then he goes into the chorus. So the chorus is pretty simple too. You don't have to do any of the plucking or anything fancy, you just play the chords. So it first starts off with the G major chord. So if it's the first chorus, it'll be go, home. Once he hits home, it'll be the G7 chord. And what that is just third fret of the low E string, second fret of the A string, open, 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 first fret of the high E string. So go, home, and then G major after the G7 chord. So after he plays G major, G7, G major, then he goes into an F major bar. You can do it a small F too, but I think F major bar is a little bit better because it's more louder, fuller chord in the chorus, which is kind of what you want. So it's F major bar. After the F major, it's A minor. After the A minor, it's F again. Then G major. After that, you jump right back into the intro and verse. So. And then you start singing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. No Name Number One is actually a pretty simple song, but it's just kind of hard to figure out the plugging, the hammering, and then just strumming and everything else. But other than that, it's pretty simple to learn. So, yeah. Surprisingly, I didn't break this up into 2 parts. I was thinking about doing it, but it turned out to be pretty fast to explain. Right now, I'm working on learning how to play Biggest Slide, so yeah. Hopefully that's next, but I don't really know yet because there's some difficult parts in there. But anyways, I hope you learned something, and yeah.